Good morning. Huh. Corey Wade, every time I see your name, I sing it like Glory Days. Corey Wade, yeah, passing by, Corey Wade. Because I'm a dork. Good morning, good morning. Come on, stupid dumb thing. How's everybody doing this morning? Good morning. Good morning. Y buenos días. Y feliz Wednesday. Happy Tuesday. Good morning. Oh my goodness, I'm sleepy. Hi, Amy. It was like a little bit fall yesterday in Birmingham. Just a little bit. Just the two of us. I don't know what is going on with this. Let me see. Hold on. Earth angel, please be mine, my darling dear. Love you all the time. That reminds me so much of Back to the Future. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Anyway, it's Tuesday, and I am so excited. Yesterday was a great day at work. I finished writing the pilot episode of The Crack in the Wall, our first scripted fiction podcast for summer audio. So I am writing the first series. I finished the pilot yesterday. I sent it to Katie for notes. She had some notes. I made some changes. And this is sort of the process when you're a writer, especially when you have a partner. You know, you have to make a lot of changes to your writing, but that's okay because usually those changes make it better. So yesterday I finished the pilot for The Crack in the Wall, which makes me very excited. And, you know, I'm sure we'll keep tweaking it, but, you know, such is life. Literally, such is life. So it finally feels like fall a little bit in Alabama, but you see, Alabama lies to you. Alabama's like, hey, it feels like fall for a day, and then tomorrow it'll be 96 degrees. So if you live in Alabama, you know what I'm talking about. It's not really fall weather until it's December. So, you know, it's only October. I don't believe the weather. I refuse to believe it. So, over the weekend, Dallas played the Green Bay Packers. Now, if you guys watch football like we watch football in this house, over the weekend, you may have noticed that in the Dallas Cowboys box sat Ellen DeGeneres playing on her new iPhone 11, and next to her was George Bush II. And Ellen came under fire. Now, let me say this. Please hear me. Hear my warning. This is a warning, so please hear me. What I'm about to say has nothing to do with politics. Please do not drag politics into this. Please do not attack or send love to the current administration. They have nothing to do with this, and I don't want to hear about it. I want to just address Ellen's comments because I think it's important, okay? It is not about politics. It's about human beings, so just hear me out. So anyway, Ellen came under fire, naturally, for sitting next to George Bush II, who some would argue, probably fairly, does not, or party did not support her lifestyle. And George Bush came under fire from conservatives who felt that he was sitting a little too close to a lesbian. I hate to break it to people, though. Anytime you sit in public, you are probably sitting fairly close to a lesbian. You just don't know it. So anyway, Ellen did not care what anybody said or felt. She was in the presence of another human being who felt she could treat with respect and kindness. Also, she is friendly with George Bush and his wife and his children. I mean, he's not the president anymore, and, he's old and paints now. I don't know. And George Bush, I believe, has come a long way on his feelings about lesbians. I think I would agree that a lot of people have from the early 2000s. I don't know. I've been bisexual since I was in 4th grade, so I don't really remember people. I don't know. I know there was a time where people did not like that, and still people don't like it. But I think that, so anyway, just to bring you up to speed, Ellen had to go on her show to say, guys, I was in the Cowboys box over the weekend with George Bush, and, so many of you were so angry that I was laughing and enjoying him in any way. And he's my friend, and we don't have to agree on everything. And I can be friends with, it's called kindness. We're called to be kind to people no matter who they are. Now, I would like to say that there are certain places I would have to call bullshit on that, because if Hitler was around and I was in the same room with him, I would not be able to be kind to Hitler. I'm just going to keep it 100%. I just wouldn't. If I met a 90-year-old soldier who murdered millions of Jews, and he was like a monster back then, and now he's old, I probably would it would be really hard for me to find kindness. But okay, you're an old guy now, but and I try to say our maker will deal with it. Our creator will deal with it. When you get to heaven, our creator knows who you are. They know how you feel. He knows what you've done. So me disrespecting you in a public place doesn't bring you any closer to salvation. In fact, all it does is once remove me. I have tons of friends I don't agree with on everything. Honestly. And there are a lot of people, conservatives, who were angry with George Bush for sitting next to Ellen DeGeneres. They felt that promoted homosexuality. He was sitting in a box. He was sitting in a box where he had tickets to watch a football game. She sat next to him, or he sat next to her. That's promoting homosexuality. Now just simply sitting next to another human being is promoting their agenda, I think, or their lifestyle. Or so if you sit next to me, you're promoting bisexuality, really? I think, tensions are running. She is a Packer fan. She is a Packer fan. She was the only Packer fan in the box. The thing is this. There are plenty of people who I don't agree with. Many of them are my friends and my family. We don't see eye to eye on things. We can't get along. We don't talk. That is not healthy. I know it isn't healthy. I have created boundaries around myself because I am triggered that are so tight that if you cross one of my boundaries, I become a fortress. I don't know if that's the right way, but after years of being triggered by people, that is how I have learned to protect myself. It isn't healthy. Human connection, kindness is truly the way. I remember hearing the story, I swear. I remember hearing the story about Mary Magdalene. The first time, I found God and the New Testament in my 20s, so I was a lot older, right? And I remember hearing the story about Mary Magdalene, that she went out, she felt bad, or maybe someone made her feel bad. I don't know the whole story, but she walked out and away by herself. And Jesus was going to go sit with her. And the disciples were like, no, Jesus, no, don't go sit with her. And he was like, this is the whole point of what we're doing. She is the whole point. By the way, I don't even know that Mary Magdalene was like a fast ass. I think they just used that narrative because back then, if a woman had more than one conversation with a man, she must have been a hoa. I don't think that's true even anyway. But my point is that Jesus went out and sat with her. After everybody told him not to, he went and sat with her and loved her. So my point of that is, it's easy to say what you would do in a situation. It's easy to be homophobic and say, if Ellen DeGeneres sat next to me, I wouldn't sit next to her because I don't support that lifestyle. I think you would. I think you would sit next to her because I think you're a good person. And I think at the end of the day, even if you don't promote that and even if you don't subscribe to that, you're not going to treat Ellen DeGeneres like shit because it serves your fear of gay people. I just don't think you really are. I think you would and you say you would, but I think at the end of the day, if Ellen DeGeneres or me sat next to you, you would be like, hey girl, and I would be like, hey girl. And that's how that would go, right? I also think if you were a Democrat or a liberal and George Bush sat next to you at a football game, that you, in a public box where, I think you would sit down and you would say, hi. And he would say, hi. Because I think that at the end of the day, we're good people. We're kind, good people who can teach and live tolerance and acceptance of people who have different views than us. And obviously, if somebody is doing something that in public that, really makes it hard for you to be comfortable, certainly you could leave or something. But if two people are just sitting down watching a football game, now we can't even sit in the same room together, heaven's going to be really fucked up, guys. Heaven is going to be really fucked up if we all go with the souls we have and we can't be in the same room together. How big do you think heaven is? Okay, fine. Maybe it's infinite, but maybe it isn't. Maybe it's the size of, Macy's. And then what are we going to do? We're all just going to separate, in heaven. It's going to be awkward. How many buffets do you think God is setting up? And I don't think that when you die, you just, this poor guy, desperately needs, his mom's attention. It's amazing how many people you have to block at, 8 in the morning. Anyway, I want us to be good people. I want us to try to have tolerance for people that are different than us. I understand that tensions are high right now. I understand that politics is messier now than it ever has been, and people feel like absolutely not no. But that is not Ellen and George Bush. That is not them. We can't project our feelings about what's happening now on two people just trying to enjoy a football game. It's not fair. So, and I know it's hard. Y'all, I know it's hard. Believe me. Like I struggle a lot of times with just not fighting all the time. Because it's how I heal. It's how I work. I don't know. But I know that I don't want my kids to look at me and go, oh, mom wouldn't even let us sit in the same football box as this guy. Ugh. I mean, are there people that I mean, the thing is, I don't want to be a false coffee talker here. I need to be honest with you because I feel like if I'm just kumbaya, like kumbaya, everybody, that's not me either. There are people right now who I would struggle to be in a room with. If I'm being honest, there are people right now that like, I don't think I could be in a room with. It's not to say that I wouldn't, but they have truly hurt me. Ellen and George didn't hurt each other. They just have different politics. There was no agenda anywhere. Nobody was trying to push anything. They didn't discuss anything. Ellen was just there with Portia. George was just there with his wife. Like, nobody was trying to do anything. So I just say this to you to make it mindful that, you know, we should be more supportive of people who just try to, you know, like, shit, be better than me. I'm struggling with some people. Real talk. I just am. And it isn't even like, you know, I wish that I could just forgive everybody and be like Jesus. But I can't. I'm trying, but I'm struggling. But I do know enough to say that I think it's sad that people went after Ellen and went after George. They were just watching a football game, you know? I'm going to have to read the Bible again and see if Jesus ever got angry. Did Jesus ever get angry? Anyway, I love you. And the whole purpose of today's coffee talk is to say, like, the real test for us, the real test is, can we sit at the table and break bread with people who have different views than us? That's the real test. That's like the test. The days where it's easy and you're not challenged about anything are the days that God is with you, but you have not been called to the front of the class. The days where you have to sit beside somebody that has a different view than you and treat them with kindness are the days that God is watching your paper. Those are the days when you are being tested. And those are the days when it matters what choices you make. That's what I was trying to say. Okay. I love you. And I'm going to go read this. Everybody's telling me that Jesus flipped tables, which means he was probably on the Real Housewives of Jerusalem. Okay. I love you guys so much. I literally cannot see without my glasses. I love you. Have a great, great day.